He's finished off by Illuminate. Dudu somehow falls to his death.
Hey, it might happen. It happens, especially considering where they were at, too. If they're getting pushed by the zone, I can definitely see that happening there by Dudu.
It's like Galaxy is being griefed a little bit by some of the other squads, and they are in trouble for sure. CPT Han taking down some of the Era Madness guys. It looks like GTOU taking out C9 Kato.
Great shot. Great, actually, grenade there by Hero as they're just doing work here on Hero.
Hero actually takes knocking one of his own player.
Oh, my goodness. You got to watch out. You got to make sure you call that out. And also, I saw some Cloud9 members getting knocked down there as well. I believe it was by GT.
Yeah, GTOU and Cloud9 are currently in a fight, and it's unfortunate, but Hero knocks Doc, their own player, and now they're chilling in the zone here. Looks like we've got the Cloud9 GT fight going on right now. Smoke's coming out from C9. They're going to try to get out of dodge, get a different position here.
C9 in a very bad spot there, especially Carnage, and I believe that's Kodo as well, just trying to get out behind that rock, and they're actually doing a great job there. And look at GT. GT now is starting to push it. They know they got him on the run. This is crazy. The aggressiveness of this team just surprises me. Kodo crewing behind the rock, just getting bombarded with grenades, trying not to get knocked down. And look at that. They're just resilient with those grenades. They keep throwing them until they see on the kill feed that you get knocked down.
That's one thing with the smokes is it makes it so you can't be shot, but at the same time, you can't do much shooting either. So it's a great time to pull out those frag grenades and try to get those knocks with the grenades when you can't see them.
An interesting play there by Carnage as he decides to go ahead and push up the car, try to pick up Kodo, and then decides, you know what, it's not going to be worth it. Backs up. A little bit of wasted time there by Cloud9 Carnage. And now Rolex. Rolex knows that he wants to go ahead and pick up the teammate that's down. He might just go ahead and do that because two of his teammates are getting shot out of the car. They have to watch out. They got a zigzag, baby.
They're prioritizing rotation here. It looks like both squads taking care of their vehicles, getting ready to rotate, and it looks like they're headed to the zone.
They are getting to the zone. A lot of teams now are starting to push early, but look at this.
Driving right between two squads here, and somehow they don't get punished for it.
Super lucky plays there by them. LHW still in the exact same spot they were early. They haven't moved. They're pretty much controlling this area. And as I say that, all of them get inside the car except for LHW TDZ. And he's just knocking people up in a bar here as he's using that sweet DP28 and also the Scar L.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be metting up and trying to hang out in the zone to protect his teammates until they're ready to get out of dodge.
BTR starts to move up. He gets knocked down there by LHW, getting some easy knocks. RRQ also going up against GT. A lot of stuff going on here, ladies and gentlemen, as LHW more than likely is going to go ahead and start throwing off those smokes.
I really like what they did there. They sent a couple guys to the zone to get position, and then they turned around to cover their teammates while they tried to join them. Look at the zone, hard shifting there to the south, and it does look like there's a bunch of squads well positioned. Rolex peeking there from Cloud9. He's going to take some damage to the zone, and he's just trying desperately to get there, but the circle is super small. The zone's starting to hurt. Lots of squads in the same spot.
Just at a huge disadvantage there. I'm actually loving LHW's awareness here. They're using the card for cover, and they're also just pretty much ramming it into that hay bale. And Illuminate getting knocked out there from side as Hero's coming in and just third-partying a couple of players there from Illuminate.
LZD has been absolutely taking people out back to the woodshed. He's been crushing people so far. And again, taking people out back to the woodshed. He's been crushing people so far. And again, GTOU will focus on them.
12 kills and 2 members still up. One of them is knocked down as one of them decided to go ahead and just be out in the open. Evo's not taking the shots there, not taking the shots and almost getting knocked down there by RRQ. They have to watch out. Look at this. Oh my goodness, this zone. LHW has just one player left, and he's pretty much smack down the middle. He has done, LHW LCD has done 915 damage by himself.
It's a great game for him so far. Anything over 1,000 is a pretty solid performance, but it does look like the same teams, once again, are in the final circle. So we've got Illuminate camping out. We've got Torty, which is, again, big Russian bot. Again, right around top 6 where they've been every single game. But you also see Evos. Remember, Evos got 2 players knocked first before anyone else. And here they are again, top 6. 2 players still left alive.
And I'm loving the movement here. LHW had 2 players down. 1 player was able to go ahead and move around, pick him up, and then pick up the other guy as well. Great awareness there of where everybody's at. And CPT Han is still holding on. He's going for that placement. They haven't even noticed him. He hasn't even shot. He's
got the best position of anybody as far as the circle is concerned. He's laying down in the center of the zone, unseen currently. And it looks like LH2U still trying, LZD trying to get it done here. Nades out. Let's see if this connects.
None of the teams left having 4 players. Everybody either has 3 players, 1 player, or 2 players. Interesting fact to keep in mind as it is starting to get here to the end of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, LH2U is just waiting patiently on the ground, being a snaky snake. Illuminate pushing forward, killing Torty there or knocking him down. And look at this. He doesn't realize that LH2U Sen is right next to him as Illuminate is just drinking some energy drinks. And Evo's being able to go ahead and knock some people down, but he also gets knocked down himself.
He paid for it right there. LHDU, Zen taken down, finished by JCC. Illuminate getting the job done there. Senior, though, finishing out Bullshark from Evos, and that leaves them down with 1 player remaining. As Ernie in the middle, laying down along with Han. They're very, very close to each other. Very interesting to see, but RRQ Athena poised to take another victory here if they can clutch it out here in the final circle.
And definitely clutch it. Look at the shots right here. Bad placing there by RRQ. As he was just pretty much moving forward. You cannot stay out in the open. And look at this. He's going to continue shooting until that player is fully killed.
He didn't even need to finish him. There's so many players left alive from so many different squads here that, I mean, look at this. 7 alive, but 5 are different teams. So if you knock some alive, but 5 are different teams. So if you knock somebody, somebody's going to finish them.
The aggressiveness.
Han goes down. CPT is eliminated. We're down to 4. So CPT finally not in the top 3 here. Really solid performance once again for them to get into the top 5. LH2U, though, still holding strong. Still just impressive performance.
And LH2U here barely getting on that health kit or something because he was about to die to the zone. He might actually die to the zone if he doesn't decide to go ahead and move forward, but he has to watch out because everybody has their eyes on him.
He's medding, just trying to manage and trying to outlast here, trying to get another place here. And look at that. He does get Ernie. And oh my goodness, Maroon 5 takes down LH2U. They will finish in 3rd, but now we've got a nice little situation. It looks like Illuminate versus RRQ, 2v2 to finish here.
And Illuminate, pretty much, they could go ahead and decide to push this and finish them as they do have another player down on the different squad. RRQ looking to pretty much heal up their team, and they're doing just so.
One thing's for certain, it's not going to be China here in Game 4. It's going to be Thailand here. Illuminate and RRQ Athena, both from Thailand, both trying to get the one-up on each other to get this chicken dinner wrapped up for Game 4.
You might have paid off there seeing their clip of singing Maroon 5 because so far, 2nd place or 1st place, one of those 2 they're going to go ahead and get. And I wonder if they even know that the team is right here. They're more than likely not going to be able to win because that car is currently on fire.
They know. Look at this. Here we go.
Here comes the grenade. They definitely know. He gets taken out right there. Illuminate JC being able to take him out.
Returns fire. Look at that. Does the damage. Both of them hurt.
But here comes the push. Ladies and gentlemen. Here comes the push. Senior just pretty much trying to back him up. He's laying down.
Look at that kill.
Senior's going to go ahead and push. Is he going to be able to clutch it? He's able to clutch it, ladies and gentlemen.
Senior gets the kill. RRQ Athena goes back to back and gets another chicken dinner here in game number 4.
2 versus 1. Nothing for him. Look at him. Stone Cold Killer.
Wow. Him going prone right there, avoiding the shots, popping up, taking down that one person while being shielded from the other. Standing up, finishing it off. That was ultimately the best kill we've seen so far in the tournament. He did it with 1 HP remaining.
I think that might have been, ladies and gentlemen, one of the best clutches that we have seen, period, as he was able to just take on to 2 teammates. And just, as you mentioned, he laid down just in time. They missed some shots on him. Knocks one of the players down there from RRQ, and then just wins the 1v1.
It was insane. That was absolutely crazy play there. Really, really nice to see one of the Thailand teams come up, step.
Kedua, let the match begin.
Wih, ada augmented reality-nya teman-teman nih. Akhirnya kita lihat. Terus keluar.
Gue yang turun.
Wih.
Ada Bang Pen turun. Lagi joget.
Wih, Samsung.
Gila, ini dia exhibition match ya. Match pemanasan nih. Yang bakalan berhadiahkan Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Dan kita di sini sudah ada beruang yang turun. Nyasar nih beruang. Selalu ya. tim pertama tuh Baraka. Kenapa gitu?
Kan gue udah bilang kemarin juga tim pertama Baraka. Lihatin aja ntar pas selanjutnya ya Renggel pasti Baraka dulu. Gue rasa observernya orang Brazil ini.
Orang Brazil kayaknya ya. Dan kita lihat di sini untuk pembagiannya agak miring ke kanan di situ ya. Wes, Baraka no takut-takut gaming ya, langsung turun di bootcamp aja nih.
Asli, buset banyak juga.
Banyak Pak, sesuai permintaan lo nih Pak.
Iya, BTR King akhirnya.
Gila,
boys. Wih gila Biketron langsung ketemu orang, saya buset. Langsung diselesaikan ya. Tadi ada orang di balik besi-besi.
Masih knockdown, masih bisa survive. Masih ada ada Luxi dan Juxi dan juga Natik di sini.
Mereka belum dapat senjata sama sekali.
Betul banget, dan kita lihat di sini Natik juga harus knockdown di sini. 2 orang sudah knockdown dan kita lihat BTR Kings. Sayang sekali BTR Kings.
Oke, mau nggak mau mereka harus kabur. Di sini Luxi dan Juxi.
Ya, mendingan mereka cabut aja karena mendingan bertahan gitu ya sampai akhir.
Oke, nggak apa-apa. Ini cuma pemanasan guys.
Ya benar banget.
Oke, Luxi dan Juxi menuju ke air. Mereka harusnya kabur.
Ya betul.
Ke arah seberang dari bootcamp ya. Wih nih, gila jago.
Ikut berenang dong. Nggak, takut-takut klub ya di sini. Dan kita lihat ada tim Baraka di sini, masih ada Fusi yang sudah mendapatkan
M16.
Ya.
Yes. Oke, Baraka kembali sudah menguasai tampaknya di wilayah bootcamp, tapi di depan mereka ada Korea Winner Chicken Dinner ya.
Ya, KWC dari sini dan sudah ditembakkan. Dilepaskan ke tembakan dari KWC tapi tidak mengenai siapapun. Tapi Zod mendapatkan 1 di situ. Kita lihat menggunakan vektornya, baik sekali. Dan akhirnya dibalaskan juga di sini. Baraka juga harus terkenal. Tapi masih ada backup dari teman-teman dari sisi kiri dan kanan. Kita lihat, siapakah yang bakalan bisa menang dan mengambil poin. Masih 2 orang terkenal dari sini dari tim Korea. Ya, sepertinya sayang sekali tim Baraka harus pulang ke lobby ya kayaknya nih.
Untung nggak pulang ke Brazil ya.
Pak, masih ada besok Pak.
Iya.
Masih ada besok.
Nanti KWCD ini merupakan tim dari Korea ya.
Benar banget, salah satu tim, satu-satunya tim dari South Korea di sini.
Iya, dan kita masih melihat di sini wildcard yang tadi kita bilang kalau gua datang ngetok pintu lo jangan ngintip sama sekali. Kita melihat mereka masih full tim di sini.
Tapi dia kalau lewat pintu ada pintu nggak lewat pintu Pak masuknya. Lewat jendela gimana gitu ya?
Katanya lo ngetok.
Gimana sih? Nah, kita lihat di sini Korea masih bertahan.
KBZ
dengan 4 tim ya.
Favorit banget loh.
Iya, KBZ tuh enak banget ya bunyinya, entah kenapa ya. Nah, kita lihat di sini juga ada tim Galaxy juga di sini. Kalau kalian sekedar info aja guys, Galaxy ini adalah tim langsung dari Samsungnya ya.
Oh, gitu.
Dari Korea, betul sekali. Dan
titipan Samsung ya.
Moga-moga menang gitu ya.
Kita lihat di sini teman-teman. Strider langsung dilakukan dan kita lihat kelinci harus menjadi sate di sini.
Sayang sekali tim Galaxy Samsung harus pulang
selesai
ke
lebih dulu.
Benar
tim
banget.
kelinci, tapi masih ada kelinci-kelinci yang lain, tenang saja.
Iya, masih banyak kelinci-kelinci di luar sana gitu. Kita lihat ini wildcard bakalan bertemu dengan Torte sepertinya. Tim Rusia. Torte. Langsung di spray aja di situ menggunakan M4-nya, kita lihat.
Bagus ya skinnya.
Iya sih.
Cool man, AKM-nya mantap kali. Kaleng-kaleng ini AKM-nya akan diselesaikan saja. Bye-bye Torte.
Harus kehilangan 1 di situ dari Torte. Sayang sekali Torte. Harus mati. Ada lagi 1 menjadi santapan kah tidak?
Perih nih.
Cetar membahana. Belum Pak.
Meletak itu helmnya. Oke, saling melihat di sini Torte dengan BZ-nya.
Ya, saling berpandang-pandangan tapi tidak ada yang dipandang.
Iya, ini apa kabar Juxi Luxi kita ya tadi? Terakhir mereka nyebur ke laut ya.
Iya, nyebur ke laut. Kayak Titanic. Pas lagi berdua, romantis gitu. Ditunggu ya. Oke, kita masih melihat di sini pertandingan. Ada teman-teman dari wildcard dan Torte masih mencoba, dan 1 orang harusnya terlihat tadi di dekat jendela. Iya, sudah terintip di situ. Tapi kalau gua rasa itu strategi yang baik sih dari tim Begatron, karena mendingan mereka survive dengan 2 orang daripada nggak sama sekali ya.
Yes.
Benar banget. Langkah yang sangat smart sekali dari tim Begatron.
Karena mereka turunnya agak ini ya, telat tadi.
Iya, turunnya lebih telat daripada tim lain. Dan kita lihat di sini wildcard sedang mengintip-ngintip, tadi ada 1 nunung yang lewat.
Apa tuh nunung?
Nggak tahu, 1 orang maksudnya. 1 nunung kan tuh.
Bahkan nonton OPJ
iya,
loh.
mohon maaf. Lucu abis ya. Nah, kita lihat sini Torte masih bertahan sendiri, tapi sedangkan 3 temannya udah pada cabut ya.
Ya, dan kami ingatkan sekali lagi bahwa ini adalah exhibition match atau fun match lah ya kita ngomongnya. Ini nggak dihitung sama sekali poinnya, walaupun tadi BTR Kings dan Natik.
Wah, di situ tapi Luxi mendapatkan 1.
Bro, kita lihat di kiri ya.
Teror, yoi.
mantap jiwa itu. Rasakan loh.
Rasakan kekejaman gak tuh? Apa namanya?
Kekuatan lah.
Kekuatan. Kekejaman mulu kenapa gitu pada kemarin. Aduh sakit banget itu. Itu kayak 1 lawan 1000 gitu ya.
Itu udah Sariawan itu, tipis banget udah. Dia gak ada bandage, gak ada medkit. Ayo bro bagi bro. Oke dibagi.
Ya di sini kelinci agak
parah, temannya gak dibagi apa-apa. Tega banget lah woi.
Tega banget ya. Di sini kita lihat masih mencoba untuk apa ya, iseng-iseng gitu, kayak mereka tuh mau menguasai bootcamp.
Ini dia nih RRQ.
Wow, ini Paradise ya.
Peringkat pertama saat ini sementara.
Benar banget. Kemarin mereka berhasil mendapatkan posisi pertama untuk hari pertama ya.
Chicken 2 kali berturut-turut.
Ya, RRQ juga nggak bisa dianggap enteng Pak.
Ini gua nonton saudara kembarnya ini juga gini.
Wes, ada yang lewat Bang tadi Bang. RRQ senior di situ dalam bahaya. Tapi di sisi lain malah bisa mendapatkan acan dan malah dibalaskan di situ sama Ed. 1 untuk 1 sepertinya. Ya.
GT ini tim dari China.
Mereka ada lutan Pak di atas.
Pantas.
Hati-hati.
Hierarki.
Beruangnya sakit perut. Beruangnya sakit perut Pak. Aduh, sakit perut.
Ini 2 tim posisi 3 teratas nih.
Ya, benar
GT
Pak.
dan juga Hierarki Athena.
Betul. GT ini adalah salah satu tim dari China yang benar-benar nggak bisa dipungkiri juga kekuatannya. Tapi kita lihat di sini RRQ masih mencoba untuk memberikan perlawanan seperti kepada tim GT.
Apakah mereka akan masuk ke dalam rumah? RRQ kita lihat sudah mulai masuk ke dalam rumah, 1 orang, bagus sekali.
Oh my god, Aisong juga kembali sakit perut di situ, kayak butuh obat pencahar di sini ya.
Pencahar. Oke, bagus sekali. Kita lihat dari sebelah kanan RRQ Sinar tidak melihat dan dia harus kenok di situ. Bagus sekali dari GT tadi ya.
Iya, benar banget, harus mendapatkan 1 dari tim RRQ. Kita lihat masih coba di spray aja di sini.
Nembak apa dia? Nembak tembakan PHP tadi ya.
Tapi di situ 2 temannya juga sakit perut, katanya tolongin saya.
Aisong.
Benar, menyisakan Aisong dan juga D2E di sini.
BTR mana ya?
BTR mana nih nomor 16. Nah, mereka ada di tengah-tengah di situ bakalan bertemu dengan tim Hyro sepertinya.
Kita lihat Zuxi sudah mendapatkan 1 airdrop tadi. Kita lihat nanti senjatanya apa ya.
Ya, benar banget. Kayaknya bakalan GG parah sih kalau udah dapat loot box ya kita.
Nah, RRQ selalu main kayak gini Dia tuh tembak-tembakin dulu. Kalau misalnya ada waktu mereka akan keliling. Lihat dong, dikelilingin kiri dan kanan kan apa yang gue bilang.
Di belakang situ. Tapi D2E kalah ya, dibalas.
Kurang backupnya ini. Aisongnya belum datang tadi.
Benar. Kalah jumlah sih sepertinya tadi.
Kita lihat beruangnya.
1 lawan 1000. Wait, hati-hati Pak di kanan. Di situ terlihat acan, tapi di sebelah kanan masih ada
GT sudah ada di bawah. Kita lihat di bawah batu sudah mulai naik, tapi RRQ Aisong tidak melihat sama sekali.
Benar banget, masih nggak kelihatan di sini.
Sudah sekarat, mau di sini dia.
Benar. Apakah akan diselamatkan D2E atau bahkan dibiarin sekarat?
GT mendapatkan yang sangat
tapi Ed di situ berhasil mengambil D2E. Tersisa Aisong aja di sini. Sudah ketahuan di situ sama Aisong ada Ed di atas sana.
Yes, dan harusnya GT Ed sudah mengetahui posisinya sesaat lagi. Ternyata Aisong menjadi cacing gaming di sini.
Benar banget. Tapi ini posisinya nggak bagus.
Diputerin dan harusnya sudah kelihatan.
Di sebelah kiri
bagus
ada
sekali.
yang lewat, coy.
Kebokong nih, entar lagi nih. Kita lihat di sana
ada
BTR.
Luxi juga di situ.
Apa kabaran aku? Kita baru melihatmu.
Luxi bakalan bisa menculik Aisong atau enggak, kita lihat di sini.
Sampai Luxi dapat 2-2-nya keren sih. Nah, ini kayak beruang beneran nih. Woi, naik mobil.
Tapi akhirnya Aisong bakalan cabut aja, kita lihat di sini. Bye bye Aisong.
Nah, padahal kita tadi ngeliat keberadaan dari BTR ya. Kita lihat dulu di sini CPT. Pelan-pelan dengan M4-nya. Melihat keberadaan dari Torte, kita lihat di sini spray down saja. Wadidu dadu.
Langsung di spray aja di situ,
harusnya.
Sama Torte. Karena CPT ini juga kemarin sempat chicken dinner di ronde kedua ya. Salah satu tim dari China juga. Sudah terlihat di situ ada orang di balik batu.
Revive gua, gelap udah
Gelap gak tuh? Tapi 2 terkenok di sini sama bro. RC nice banget.
Kita lihat kan apa fan matchnya ini?
Gak ada Pak, gak ada.
Karena memperebutkan 44 handphone, gak ada fan matchnya.
Dan kita lihat dan jauh situ ada Evos ternyata.
Evos juga cukup bagus kemarin Momo ya.
Ya benar banget, Evos juga bagus kemarin mainnya. Cuma mereka belum ada kesempatan untuk mendapatkan chicken dinner kemarin. Siapa tahu hari ini bisa juga ya.
Yes. Kita lihat di sini.
Aduh sayang banget. Nih akhirnya harus mengambil 1 orang dari tim Torte.
Evos ini dari Thailand ya Momo ya.
Betul banget, dari Thailand. Jadi kita ada 3 tim Thailand di sini ya.
Betul.
Bang Pen. Casey.
Pelan-pelan saja kita lihat di sini CPT dengan menggunakan car-nya.
Benar banget. Posisinya baik banget
saja.
dari 762 karena di high ground.
Yes, ini di pos kamling atas ya.
Iya, pos kamling. Dia satpam Pak dia.
Iya. Bagus banget karena bisa melihat situasi dari atas high ground.
Permainan dari tim Thailand selalu begitu ya, 3 stick terus satu
keliling. Oh, kelihatan kamu
EVOS X, hati-hati. Wow, udah sangat low banget di sini.
Ini cantik banget dia ya.
Mencoba dibalas di situ. JC. Tipis banget JC, hati-hati tapi. Yap, tapi Ernie di situ juga mendapatkan 1 dan kita lihat Bullshark dengan bokongannya bokongannya gitu.
Bagaimana mohon maaf.
Dengan bokongannya dia tiba-tiba dari sisi sebelah kanan, Pak. Dari belakang ya. 762 nggak enak banget gitu bokong.
Kita lihat di sini CPT dan EVOS saling ketahuan kamu nah. Bagus sekali tadi EVOS X menyelesaikan pos gambling yang selalu mengganggu mereka di high ground ya.
Iya benar banget, tapi kita di sini lihat di Liusu bakalan langsung ngeras aja tapi sayang banget ada backup dari EVOS X nice banget. Langsung diselesaikan di situ sama Bullshark. Kita melihat satu lagi telat di situ, telat nge-spray-nya di sini.
Selesaikan
tapi
CPT.
ada Han juga yang di mana-mana gitu ya. Ini permainannya China dan Thailand agak-agak mirip ya.
CPT tersisa 2 di sini kita lihat.
Benar banget, dan tersisa Ernie aja sendirian dari EVOS. Kelihatan di situ Han, nggak bisa kemana-mana.
Diselesaikan saja langsung pastinya.
Satu lagi. Tidak semudah itu Ferguson, dan akhirnya EVOS Ernie berhasil meluluhlantahkan tim CPT. Nice sekali.
Nice tuh
Ernie.
Kita lihat EVOS
nice banget.
3 untuk 4 ya sebenarnya. Ya udahlah ya.
Oke lah ya.
Lumayan lah.
Tapi tadi total kill dari EVOS sudah 10 sih, gila banget.
Boleh nggak kita lihat BTR ini? Pelan ya kan.
Kelihatan kamu. Aja ketutupan rumput-rumput yang canci gitu ya. BTR Luxi mendapatkan RRQ Aisong di situ, kita lihat.
Bagus. Maboy.
Nggak
bisa pindahin ke BTR nggak? Kok nggak gue terbang ke Dubai sekarang nih?
Jangan Pak, naik onta aja gimana?
Dari kemarin ya.
Marah gitu Bang Pan ya. Kita pengen banget sih ngeliat anak-anak kita berjuang ya. Kayak kayak kerennya mereka gitu. Performa mereka pas lagi main tuh keren banget pasti. Dan kita lihat di sini Hyro masih dengan topi landaknya itu ya. Masih berjuang, tapi di depan sana, kelihatan tuh kayaknya ada yang lewat.
Display langsung dari atas high ground kita lihat. Kamu kena knockdown, sakit perut beruangnya di bawah rumput, kita lihat menjadi cacing gaming.
Benar banget. Ada tembakan di situ dari GG Gamer, salah satu tim dari Kuwait, tapi di situ dibalaskan 1 oleh tim Hyro Foxer di sini kita lihat. Wow, Foxer. Tembakin aja gitu ya. Udah terbaca dan sudah terlihat posisinya dari tim GG Gamers di sini.
Yes.
Oleh tim Hyro.
QBU-nya di sini. Di mana posisi anak-anak kita ya? Belum kelihatan dari tadi.
Belum kelihatan. Tapi ada yang menyusul tiba-tiba dan jauh di mata siapa itu? Kita melihat.
Spray down terlihat dari kita lihat langsung di spray ke arah mobil. Apakah kena 1 apa yang kita bilang? Bye. Bagus sekali. Langsung ditinggal, nggak mungkin balik lagi untuk revive. 2 bahkan di situ mau kita lihat knock.
Benar banget, sayang banget di situ ya. Lagi asik-asik naik mobil gitu ya, tiba-tiba cabut. Ini dari tim influencer tadi. Harus knock di situ cepat banget ya. Yang kita lihat GG Gamers di sini masih memberikan damage terus-menerus menggunakan senjatanya di situ KBZ. Ya, betul sekali.
Kita lihat pelan-pelan saja.
Ya, kita lihat saja di sini. Ya, kita lihat di sini. Wah, tapi zone-nya udah jalan ya. Ini segera meluncur karena sudah menuju zone keempat seperti. Tapi masih bisa memberikan damage lebih kepada tim Hyro di sini.
Betul sekali. Kita lihat di sini tim dari Kuwait dikejar-kejar oleh masa lalu.
Masa lalu gitu.
Perih ya di circle kedua ya.
Bener banget. Memang ada yang lebih menyeramkan daripada ketemu tim profesional ya.
Aduh, bye.
Zone. Wow,
gila. Terlalu. Masih ada bandage, kita lihat apakah kuat.
Bertahan atau
ada 5 bandage kita lihat tipis saja.
Aduh, kayaknya nggak bakalan
sudah
bisa
dihadang
bertahan
oleh QBU-nya di sini. Hati-hati, ada Hyro di sini. Oke, dia kena juga 1-2 tapping masuk. Tidak selesai.
Ada BTR Luxi di depan sana, Pak.
Ada Luxi di situ.
Ya,
Luxi yang menembak.
Cukup dekat dengan tim GT di sini. Tapi Hyro nggak bisa terselamatkan, harus terknockdown di belakang playzone.
Betul, kita lihat di sini Hyro keluar langsung terus berjalan menuju ke arah safe zone. Tapi kita tadi melihat ada keberadaan Luxi di situ.
Betul banget, terdekat banget sama tim China di sini.
Mana Luxi belum terlihat di
ada
sini.
Ada di bawah Pak. Di bawah, ada di bawahnya
ya?
Iya.
Ayo terus, zoom out terus.
Terus, bawa dikit Pak, bawa dikit gitu ya.
Hasil dari tim Illuminate juga cukup bagus kemarin mainnya Momo ya.
Bener banget, mereka sempat chicken dinner di hari pertama ya, di fan match ini.
Thailand ya.
Wait, terlihat ada bayangan seseorang di balik pohon di situ dan langsung di-spray aja sama Six Guard di sini.
Tembakan PHP udah ditembak jadian kagak ya. Enggak kena apa-apa.
Kagak, Pak. Sama yang lain jadiannya. Maaf. Oh, tapi di situ malah dibalikin sama Eko di sini. Langsung di-spray aja menggunakan M4-nya. Bakal mencari sedikit perlindungan sepertinya.
Kita lihat di sini sudah menuju ke circle yang keempat. GT harus kehilangan 1, 2 orang bahkan ya. Dan kita lihat di situ di posisi map di kanan kita lihat ada nomor 16 pink. Itu adalah teman-teman pemuda Indonesia terbaik yaitu BTR, Luxi dan Juxi. Kita mau melihat mereka. Observer bisa ganti ke mereka nggak? Ayo sekarang. Tolonglah.
Andai kan kita bisa ngomong gitu sama observernya di Dubai ya. Woi, tolonglah diganti ini. Tolong diganti ya.
Gak apa-apa, kita fokus dulu. Ada GT di sini melihat satu cantik tapi tidak bisa membalas ya karena ada dari high ground di tapping.
GT harus berhati-hati sih ya. Demi S9 soalnya. Dan kita lihat sini Illuminati.
Yes. Dan dalam exhibition ini pemanasan ya, fan match ini kita ingatkan sekali lagi. Poin tidak dihitung di dalam turni ini.
Wah, langsung di spray aja di situ ya. Tadi awalnya cuma di tap terus ternyata di spray di situ sama si Eko. Sehingga mendapatkan 1. Oh, kita lihat di sini juga ada Gangstar, salah satu tim dari North America. Mencoba memberikan spray di sini.
Yes, kita lihat di sini sudah masuk ke circle yang keempat menuju yang kelima tentunya. Ya. Kita masih penasaran di mana posisi dari BTR sekarang, Luxi dan Juxi.
Betul sekali, dan kita lihat di sini dari tim Gangstar itu menemukan tim influencer yang satu lagi ya.
Yes.
Oh, tapi malah dibalaskan di sini sama Sobo.
Dan dalam exhibition match kali ini mereka semua ini memperebutkan handphone ya, Samsung S9. Jadi makanya nggak ada fun match ya karena masih serius.
Betul banget.
Lumayan handphonenya.
Serius, lumayan handphonenya. Kalau dijual udah bisa beli rumah. Rumah-rumahan maksudnya.
Lihat ada Gangstar. Berlindung di balik batu, di tapping aja menggunakan QBZ oleh tim dari Sobolinko. Ini tim ini ya, influencer tadi ya.
Betul. Wah, ini agak membuang-buang peluru gitu ya.
Terlihat satu, benar kan, satu kena.
Tapi terkena. Nice banget di situ Sobo mendapatkan 1 dari tim Gangstar dengan menggunakan QBZ-nya. Wait, masih diintip-intip?
Gak ada smoke kan? Gak di smoke sama sekali, mungkin mereka gak ada, kita lihat masih terlihat akhirnya ada smoke ya.
Sehingga membuat vision dari tim dari Sobo ini agak kesulitan ya.
Pelan-pelan aja kita lihat di sini Sobolinko ini salah satu influencer yang mengikuti pertandingan exhibition di PMSC kali ini. Oh, ketahuan dia akhirnya, kamu terlalu banyak nembak anakku. Benar, tidak melihat di sebelah kanan ya.
Betul banget. Ingat Pak, mereka berempat nggak sendiri gitu ya. Terlihat jelas banget di situ ada Shobo. Shobo sepertinya bakal mencoba untuk diselamatkan tapi nggak bisa selamat.
Hati-hati, kita lihat 10 detik lagi menuju ke circle
yang
dan safe zone sudah mulai mengecil.
Betul banget, makin mengecil.
Kita lihat keadaan Bigetron masih aman, Momo ya.
Sebenarnya masih aman, ya. Karena tadi juga aku belum melihat ada notif nggak tuh. Info dari tim Bigetron di sini dan kita lihat Illuminati.
Itu dia tuh. BTR Luxi kelihatan tadi tipis.
Iya.
Itu tuh Luxi tuh.
Iya tuh, dekat sama tim Jepang ya? Sekarang.
Di lembah-lembah kayak Hattori dia.
Di lembah kekelaman. Enggak dong. Jangan kekelaman, lembah keberhasilan, asik. Jadi kita lihat di sini Gangstar masih bertahan. Sedangkan dari GG Gamer tersisa 2 orang aja, guys. Ada yang lewat Pak itu, nggak mau ditembak. Siapa tahu diterima gitu.
BTR Luxi berada di salah satu rumah tadi ya.
Benar banget, dia memutuskan untuk bermain lebih aman aja di sini Luxi. Pilihan yang tepat karena dia harus mengetahui juga posisi musuhnya dulu ya di mana.
Kita lihat safe zone sudah mulai
berjalan. Sudah memasuki safe zone ke-6 nih guys. Wah, ini bakalan perih banget, pakai banget.
Keadaan Luxi cukup tengah ya. Kita lihat di circle selanjutnya sesaat lagi teman-teman. Tapi kita lihat di sini Karisma di 1-2 tapping masuk ke dalam dia, tapi dia tidak melihat ada berapa orang di balik batu. Dia harus selesai di situ oleh Illuminate yang ada 2 orang lebih banyak.
Benar banget. Tersisakan 1 aja dari tim GG Gamers, masih ada Visaleh di sini. Mencoba mengintip-ngintip tapi zone-nya cukup jauh. Ini dari BTR Luxi harus berjalan sepertinya. Tapi dia tahu di depan sana masih ada yang perang gitu ya. Harus agak sedikit berhati-hati dari BTR Luxi. Kita lihat
sendiri dia ya.
Benar, dia sendirian. Tuh cukup dekat banget. Ini stepnya harusnya apakah kedengaran gitu sama tim Illuminati, kita nggak tahu.
Kita lihat di sini BTR Luxi sendiri nggak tahu nih si Juxi sudah selesai atau belum karena belum dapat infonya sama sekali. Tapi kita lihat di sini tim GG dan Illuminate berjalan dan kita lihat ada BTR di situ. Dia harusnya melihat Illuminate berjalan di sekitar dia dan kita lihat sesaat lagi sudah menuju ke circle selanjutnya. Safe zone sudah berjalan. Kita lihat apa yang akan terjadi terhadap BTR Luxi di sana.
Ya sepertinya BTR Luxi udah mulai mengambil langkah untuk maju aja nih ke dalam zona. Tapi di sebelah kiri ada 2 orang dari tim Illuminate di sini. Oh malah di sini tim Illuminate langsung dibombardir di sini sama tim Jepang.
Oh diselesaikan langsung. Kita lihat ada 3 tim di sini. Saling tembak, saling spray down kiri dan kanan, tidak bisa melihat sama sekali dan banyak sekali yang jadi cacing gaming di situ ya.
Benar banget. Dan di sini kita lihat BTR Luxi masuk ke dalam 3 besar, 2 besar malah.
Bagus.
Gila benar-benar bagus banget. Tapi dia kayak harus tereliminasi karena zonnya sudah jalan di situ, sayang sekali ya.
Berarti tersisa 2 tim.
Ya, tim Jepang dan tim Wildcard di sini ya dari Amerika. Kita lihat
4 lawan 4.
Cukup membahayakan dari kedua belah tim karena sama-sama open map di sini. Areanya terlalu terbuka di sini kita lihat. Tapi Wildcard sudah mengetahui posisi dari tim Jepang di situ karena tadi tim Jepang sempat sempat knockdown semua tim dari Illuminati di sini. Jadi sudah terbaca posisinya dari tim Wildcard.
Yes, betul sekali. Dan tadi kita lihat BTR ya, walaupun tadi sedikit disorot karena observernya dari Dubai. Tapi lumayan lah. Tapi kita akan melihat nih apakah tim beruang atau tim kelinci nih yang akan mendapatkan Samsung S9.
Spray sudah dilakukan di sini sama Lucifer. Sempat mengenai damage sedikit ke arah Lacy di situ.
Saling inti picking mania kita lihat di sini.
Oh, tapi di sebelah kiri Hot Jux malah mendapatkan Chipan Dogi di sini. Nice banget.
Iya.
Satu orang lagi harus terkenok, 2 orang sudah terkenok di sini kita lihat. Tapi dari tim Jepang berhasil men-knockdown juga seorang Lucifer dan masih aja. Oh,
bagus sekali dari sebelah kanan, nggak kelihatan harusnya. JP Anatu ya, Anatu. Oh, kelihatan cacing gaming. Bye dan selesai.
Waduh, justru malah
Wildcard ya.
Diselesaikan sama tim Wildcard di sini, nice banget. Meskipun ini tidak dihitung skornya, tapi congratulations buat tim Wildcard.
Lumayan. Ini seneng.
New look, and one of the things that we're going to be looking at right now is this plane flying into the arena, dropping us something special.
Yeah, it is going to go ahead and be dropping us a Samsung Galaxy Note 9, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I've been actually using it to take pictures with the audience, and the pictures are freaking solid, man. They are
fire. Fire.
Ooh, let's look at this plane path. Oh my goodness, PB, look at this plane path.
We talked a lot about the drop spots. We talked a lot about the drop spots, and it was, BRK yesterday all day long going to Watertown. We'll see if that continues here today. BRK really kind of an interesting drop strategy, having one guy go to the garage and try to prevent some cars. But look at the plane path going right through the middle of the base, over military base, right by Noye, and then over Pachinki directly. So we could see some hot drops here, and then also you're going to see Gangstars probably hold on to head to their favorite North Georgia pool spot.
And something that I'm looking for here is that more than likely Wildcard is going to try to go ahead and go like South George, which is something they're comfortable with. Are they going to be able to go ahead and bring that momentum from the pretty much the exhibition match they wanted? Can they go ahead and just loot up as much as they can? And also, are they going to go ahead and try to go for those kills? Are they going to go for the placement? Or are they just going to say, you know what, let's go for both? And look at this, no surprise whatsoever. BRK landing in Venice, Watertown, or Atlantis, whatever you want to go ahead and call it. They make this their home. They are not going to go ahead and they just want to stay here.
It's flooded. If they just put a name on the map, we'd know what to call it. But we've got C9 here dropping out in the middle of nowhere, seemingly looking for vehicles here, or they're planning on looting up the shack for all of their wares. Carnage with the bunny suit here. Interesting choice. We got Illuminate running around in the desert as well. So here we go. We've got some fun stuff running around, and we're looking solid here for game number 1. Looks like Evos and Wildcard here doing their thing in the apartment compounds.
They are pretty much just trying to loot up as much as they can. I was see there, Seaguy just with one of those shotguns. You definitely don't want to go ahead and be close to that man, because if not, he is going to go ahead and be destroying a lot of stuff. And Evos, the only thing that he can find is a pistol for the moment. He does have to watch out because Wildcard is very close by. Wildcard with Evos. It's going to be an interesting fight here if they do decide to engage this early on.
Indeed, you notice Cloud9 varied up there. Yes, Naya dropped from yesterday, but teams like LH Doyu, they did indeed go to the same spot they went all day long yesterday, and that was Nova Noye. And now we see Sam here in the buggy, driving around, trying to get that split drop going on. They're going to hit up the shelter, it looks like.
Yeah, and something that more than likely want to go ahead and watch out is encountering, I forgot which player it was, but the player that pretty much squad wiped him on that exhibition match. You just don't want to go ahead and be there. But interesting here by them as they decide to just go ahead and go underground and loot up. I actually haven't seen that one in a while.
That was Evo's Captain Ernie a little bit earlier doing some magical things on Sandhawk. He'll try to repeat that here today on Erangel. And Bull Shark, again, one of the standouts from Evo's. They're going to be in South George doing some serious looting right now.
It is the DP28, something we saw yesterday a lot, and also Seagut having that comfortable AKM. I seen some clips of him. He was able to, I believe he was able to destroy Athena, one of the players then from South Korea. Great player, but Seagut coming out on top there. And as we can see, great rotations here as pretty much they decide to go ahead and start moving away from Evos, and they don't want to engage that early.
Indeed, we got GT Doyu doing some looting themselves again in North Georgia Pole here. Interesting position. We don't see Gangstars on the map currently, so maybe they went somewhere else. Some teams trying to, drop some surprises and mix it up a little bit. Some of the common drop spots have been varied up a little bit, but we also have some teams dropping where they are comfortable.
Something I do want to go ahead and point out is that LH.U and CPT, LH.U pretty much is in Noble, and CPT is in military, and nobody is challenging them, meaning that more than likely, people are just going to go ahead and be able to loot up as long as they can, stay there as long as they want, and pretty much just wait for the right moment and then start pushing the action whenever they want.
That's right. We got total rank overall. RRQ Athena sitting in the top spot by 140 points right now. We got LH.U in second place on the back of 54 kills. Crazy performance from them so far. And CPT with their own bundle of kills sitting in third spot. And again, the Asian teams dominate the top 6, and then we start seeing some others trickle in down in the top 7 through 10.
Asia teams definitely showing them how it's done, and look at the Game Stars as we know them there. Pretty much, what gun is that? By the way, I love that backpack and I love that helmet. We've been seeing it a lot. I'm definitely, once I get back home, more than likely, I'm going to go ahead and get into PUBG Mobile and try to get me one of those. As we see KWCD here starting to get some shots on that team wildcard, just saying, you know what, once again, too early to go ahead and engage. Let's just go ahead and move around. Let's go ahead and start rotating to the safe zone.
Well, wildcard already knows where everybody is, and in their area, rather. They decide to rotate around, and they're going to pick up some buildings here in their rotation south.
The UMP. We actually saw some work there early from Sandhawk, and my goodness.
That thing was a laser beam from a long way away, but that's what you can expect from a submachine gun. Those guns are typically known for having very little recoil, but the disadvantage that you have with those guns is they're 9mm rounds, and they do far less damage over range, so he's got to land a lot more shots. Even though there's very little recoil, he'll land a lot more shots to get those knocks.
Yeah, but if you are able to go ahead and get somebody in a compound and they don't really have the equipment, you're going to be able to just go ahead and destroy them. Sometimes you might even be able to shoot people with the M4 up close and personal.
Check it out. CPT down on the bottom of the side of the map here. We've got one player already scouting the bridge, leaving his squad behind. Very, very smart there to make sure that the coast is clear for their eventual rotation. Good stuff from CPT down south as they clear out the military base of loot.
Yeah, and that's something we have seen a lot there from the Asian teams. The knowledge and awareness that they have, they want to go ahead and make sure that they're one step ahead of everybody, right? They're always moving at least just one player forward, letting them know. Being a scout pretty much is what it is. One player just going up ahead by himself, figuring out, hey, where's all the teams at? Where are you getting shot from? We'll come back and back you up once they think you are alone.
Indeed. It's like they seem to know to rotate early, to scout it out, to basically make sure the coast is clear so your team doesn't run into that eventual problem. We talked about the potential bridge camps here. You can see the crate coming down here for Team Terra, and it's going to have a sweet little AWM in it. So they're going to go up and grab that here at the South George crates, and we are looking strong right now for the Indian team.
That's definitely one of those. That's going to be interesting. He needs some help from his teammate. Bad luck there for the Indian team. Oh, baby.
You're going to need some grenades, boys. Let's go get some frags and try to throw it at that crate. Maybe we can knock it off the top there, but that's an unfortunate drop spot for that call-in.
That is a hell of a tease there by him saying, hey, you know you want this AWM? You can't get it yet. Go find a grenade and blow me out of this top.
Oh, that is unfortunate. So they're going to go hunt for some frags there because those are game-changing guns that are in that crate. That is good stuff here, but that's kind of how the tournament has gone for them thus far. Let's hope that they can get that loot. We will see. But again, the more time that they fiddle around trying to get into that crate, the more time it's going to cost them looting and in rotation. So this actually could be a huge detriment to the Indian squad, Team Terror.
Yeah, and it pretty much comes down to how bad do you really want to go ahead and get that crate, right? Is it worth the risk? Because the team is going to go ahead and start seeing that smoke north of George Bull, and they might start going to consider a little bit as we're saying that. Evos is now starting to get pushed there by, actually, the Team Terra is starting to get pushed there by Evo, so it might not have been so great to go ahead and try to get that as is now being pretty much a hit
Bull Shark with a DP from range, taking him down, and there it is, the mini firing in from Torpedo, holding down Jay-Z inside of the warehouses there, but Evo's not shying away from the fight at all. They know people are here. They see that crate saying, hi, come loot me. And yeah, they're thinking that they might do just that. They are carrying a lot of frag grenades so far this tournament. Maybe they've got what it takes to get that thing off the top of that.
Pretty much saying, namaste and bye, because you're not going to be able to get
Look
it.
at the push here, though. They are not scared at all, dropping smokes to get out, and they are on the offensive. Here they come. This is something that Team Terror has been used to so far this tournament, is being on the defensive. So,
and I actually want to go ahead and see how Team Terror handles this, because we saw them being super passive, and Evos, as we know, they're very aggressive, and I mean super aggressive team. So I want to go ahead and see how they handle this. Evos is starting to throw from every single angle.
Great
Team
grenade.
Terror, Sakria there gets a little bit hit by that grenade. He's more than likely going to go ahead and try to heal up. He jumps out the map, being a little bit aggressive, but sadly for him, he didn't have enough health. He almost took out Evo's earning, and that's something I love to see there from the Team India.
That was a good attempt by him, but unfortunately he left the ground, was in midair, and you can't really fire accurately when in midair, so he was able to get knocked, and it looks like Amit is going to take off.
Look how this has played, PB. They actually pretty much switched spots. Team India, even though they lost some players, they are going to go ahead and steal the card that Evo's got there with. How have the tables turned, ladies and gentlemen?
He's got to stay alive, though. Amit does not want Terror to head out in last place for the game one here in FPP. We shift our attention to C9. We've got Rolex and Kodo driving around. These guys have been split dropping quite a bit, so that's been their strategy so far. Rather than take on the strong LHW team down in Novo, which is their popular drop spot, they are choosing to split drop and loot up 2v2. Yesterday, they were able to get a 2v4 squad wipe against Korea Winter Chicken Dinner, so it paid off for them.
They're wearing. It's something that I like seeing, even for players, no matter when it is, whether at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day, it's something that you want to go ahead and see, because they get momentum out of that. They want to go ahead and start pushing more action. It gives them a little bit more confidence.
One thing I'm seeing right now that's a little bit different on the map is Gangstar is rotating extremely early, going very, very central in the circle, and that is something that's different from yesterday. They edged in for the most part yesterday. It did not pay off for them, altering their strategy already early today, getting that position. We'll see how that works for them moving forward. Okay, taking our attention, though, to BRK now, looting up, and Fusey, this is the same compound they got caught at yesterday, by C9, and they were able to fight out of it pretty well.
It is, and the rotations are pretty much starting to be around the same right now. We got RRQ Carnage over here, being smart. I see those tires get shot from that UAC, and now they're getting Carnage. Is pretty much going to go ahead and back up, try to get a different angle. If not, watch his back, because it is only Carnage and Rolex here, as we do have Kodo there, and Sam starting to push up with them, and just give him a little bit of backup.
They have grouped up now. C9 is a full force going up against RRQ here. Interesting spot for a fight early in the Pachinki Hills south of the city, and they are content to lob shots at each other. I wonder if, even if they get a knock here, will they be able to advance and to capitalize on it, or are they just going to weaken each other's armor?
And it seems like they're just going to eventually. I think from these teams, especially from the North American teams, they might be a little bit scared there. They don't want to go and get their party. And you do have to worry about that, right? Because we saw that happen a lot yesterday.
Are we seeing a 6x AK spray from 200 meters? I think that's what we're seeing.
We are. Yeah, that's, it's not going to happen, but best of luck to you. If you can get somebody from here, I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to tell them, hey, don't come anywhere near us, okay? We are madmen. That could be what's going on there by Carnage.
It's sending a message. It's putting out some pressure, and it looks like Isong here trying to save the Jeep a little bit. Carnage putting out pressure, some suppressing fire, but those shots ultimately not going to land. We've got a potential engagement here between Gangstars and GT Doyu. this is a really interesting position for both of them as well.
GTW definitely coming a little bit there from the south on GameStars. GameStars more than likely hasn't even noticed them, and GTW is trying to use that to their advantage. GameStars definitely has to watch out. As you mentioned, they are starting to rotate a little bit early. Something you like seeing, but I want to go ahead and see if they continue to do that. But also, you got to be careful because you don't want to go ahead and get flanked as GTW here might be doing.
Team Japan way up north still, in Zarki looting up right now out in the blue, and they're content to just try to outlast. A meet from Team Terror did make it out. So you can still see 20 teams on the board, even though 3 of their members have been killed off.
They're probably on that picnic area, just waiting patiently up in Zarki.
Listening to some music.
Something special there for PUBG Mobile. If you haven't downloaded, go ahead and do so. It is free. Go ahead and check it out. And GT actually says, you know what? I don't think we want to go ahead and push this yet. We're going to go ahead and wait a little bit. But this madman, GT Quixie, does have level 3 everything. Level 3 helmet, level 3 vest, and level 3 backpack. So one of those gunfights that you might want to go ahead and say, do I want to go ahead and lose that this early, or do I want to go ahead and save it to the end of the match?
That's right. GTW content to rotate right now, try to grab some better position. They grab the hill, take the berm over here. BRK well within range here. This is a bad spot for GTW. Not a good spot to stop for them at all. They do some changing of cars, grab another one, and they're out. They really put themselves at risk there. If BRK would have been quicker to snap to them, that could have been a really problematic spot there for the team from China.
And something that I'm starting to see a lot of engagements here between cars, pretty much vehicles and players, is that players are now, instead of trying to get the people inside the car, they are going for the tires, which is actually very smart, right? You could always have maybe like one player shoot the tires and the other 3 shooting the people inside, or vice versa, because if you take out those tires, they're not going to be going anywhere. They're pretty much going to be sitting ducks in the middle of wherever they currently are.
Yeah, you can find them out in the middle of a field in a real bad spot. You can see GT Ed here trying to move his car around. They're going to be running into RRQ here shortly, it looks like. We've got an engagement. Look at this open field. G9 approaching. Wow. He's going to right on top. There it is. Taking down the captain from...
Almost takes him out. I think Olivia was able to go ahead and lay down there. RRQ Senior gets taken out there by GT Akan. GT Akan now, RRQ starting to back up a little bit more, as they do have to worry. They do not want to go ahead and get their party here. The question is now GTW going to go ahead and push, as now RRQ is going to also have to worry about Evos maybe coming up behind them.
That's right. Chioshi goes down for GTW. We also have Senior down from RRQ. So trading knocks so far. Lobbing grenades back and forth. Smokes out to cover. Each team is going to try to patch themselves up and regroup here for another fight. We've also got squads all around. You've got BRK, you've got Evos. This is a really interesting position. We've also got Big Russian bot approaching here as well. So a lot of open field action right now. Not the greatest of positions, but these teams hoping to use the terrain. You can see that slight slope there in front of the RRQ squad that is protecting GTW.
And that's one of those teams. Big Russian bot is one of those teams that I'm looking forward to today.
Look at this call down.
To do. Ooh, all right. KWCD here trying to push the action. Oh my gosh. This is going to be just absolutely insane. KWCD being able to go ahead and get a kill there. The first kill of the game for them. But they have to watch out because one of their players is very low in health. And you do not want to lose any players at this stage of the game.
This is a lot of teams at this compound. At least 3 squads here. Possibly a 4th. But I believe it was Ernie got knocked out and finished. No, Ernie's still alive on the top. It was JC that got knocked. But yeah, unfortunate for Evos. They do lose a member here. He is the second team to lose a member besides Team Terror from India.
An interesting place here by them, as Evo just says, you know what, and we're seeing this a lot now. Evo says, we're not going to go ahead and engage. We already lost 1 player. You know what, let's just back up a little bit more. Let's rethink this. Let's reposition. And then we'll go ahead and challenge you guys there towards the end of the game.
We're seeing a little bit of a difference in strategy from yesterday. As you guys noticed, the zone is kind of collapsing on these buildings right here. And this is a battle for position. That's why these teams are willing to duke it out, willing to take, the warehouse and the house there that are adjacent to each other, and just kind of content to hang out for a little bit, buy some time, see where the zone's going to go. If the zone goes elsewhere, they have an opportunity to disengage and retreat and actually go to zone to get in there. But this is kind of a challenge earlier situation where they're trying to get that dominant position earlier on, like the Chinese teams did yesterday.
It is, and if you're in those warehouses, you kind of have to be careful, right? Because you only have 2 points of entry instead of the house. You can actually enter from maybe the windows or anything like that. So it can be easier to defend, but also if they start raining grenades like they are about to go ahead and start doing, you definitely have to be careful. You don't want to go ahead and get caught. They might go ahead and bounce one of those grenades from the door, and it might just get you unexpected.
Yeah, he connects. He drops June to half health there. June's going to patch himself up.
So one of the things we were mentioning there in GTW, now starting to see those steady shots. Ladies and gentlemen, GTW telling them, hey, we see you. You might want to go ahead and stay there a little bit longer.
So Korean Winter Chicken Dinner knows that they had Evo's kind of lead, but they don't know how far they left. So they could have, people on all sides of them right now. They know GT looking at the doorway here. They have to stay hidden. Grenades pouring into this warehouse from the house right now. And C9, it looks like, is taking on Full Send, and they are squad wiping them currently. So 3 members, I believe, knocked from Full Send, and it's looking like they could be in some trouble over there.
Good stuff there by C9 as they were able to go ahead and clear them up. And look at this, GTW now starting to push up. Scott gets caught a little bit in the open. He decides to run away and get behind a tree. You don't want to die here. You don't want to get caught, especially in that area right there where he had no cover. More than likely, his teammates would have just smoked out that area if he went down. But KWCD being super comfortable here on this warehouse, that's something you don't usually see from different teams. And check out this new zone. Ooh, Pochinki, baby.
That's really going to favor C9. They're already in position right now, holding those hills very, very early on. They do want to try to finish off exclusive from Full Send before they go, but at the same time, in really solid position there for the NA squad.
And something that I actually noticed there was Wildcard was already in vehicles and started to rotate to pretty much the safe area. Early rotations that we're starting to see.
Yes. Right now, the city is open. Nobody is Pochinki. We've got C9 on the hills. This could be really, really interesting. Zuxi here from BTR looking at the warehouse. Korean Winter Chicken Dinner over there occupying it. This is tough.
BRK versus RRQ here. Somebody gets taken down there. Fuzi from BRK and Gainstars actually being able to go and explode from BRK and getting some kills for themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, BRK is eliminated from this.
Can we get some rips in the chat for BRK? Those crates in the field look awfully lonely out there. That's an unfortunate way to go out. BRK catching a lot of bullets, both from RRQ and Gankstars, as RRQ was ultimately the ones that made it to safety. Or did they? Heading up the hill right now. Gang Angry pouring in the shots. They are landing.
Angry pretty much making sure they get that vehicle
so
down.
Close.
One more shot and one of those players would have gotten knocked down. Even that car smoking a little bit longer. And Gainstars might have been able to get there that squad wipe from the explosion.
D2E and Isong both with very, very little HP. The car about to explode. These guys are going to stop just out of range and patch themselves up. Unbelievable stuff there from Gankstars, both taking out BRK and then putting some serious pressure on our current leaders.
Yeah, and it looks like pretty much that RRQ is going to go ahead and start rotating a little bit towards the west there, towards that compound southwest of Pochinki. And look at this, LHW getting in and starting to go in, and actually they killed Ernie. Ernie is out of the game there for Evos, one of the great players that we saw yesterday, being able to go in and squad wipe people left and right by himself.
That was a little bit unfortunate, but LHW has rotated out of their spot of Novo.
Now, if you're wondering what that scarecrow's there, is because somebody earlier died right there, and more than likely died to an AKM.
That's Jay-Z's Scarecrow.
Oh my gosh. GTW just waiting patiently, actually getting somebody there from KWCD.
Oh, there they
have
go.
to watch out. They want to go ahead and maybe get away from that BTR, just saying, you know what, I think it's time. Let's just go ahead and get out of here. We don't really want to go ahead and do this yet.
This is an interesting spot to be. Leapers trying to get across the field, still have GTW up on the hill, raining shots down, and at BTR's contentious to get the heck out of there. We also have the CPT team that looted up the military base. They have entered the fray, firing some great shots there with the SKS at range, but unfortunately it doesn't pay off. Hero coming in, can't risk getting some great shots down and knocking the player from CPT.
Hero being able to actually finish that player from CPT, that is going to be huge as hand. She says, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and move out from that area. Maybe being on top of that hill is not best right now, especially because you can get third party from all over the place. And Big Russian Bot just waiting patiently here, raining shots on different players left and right.
Bigatron Fanatic going up the hill, gets knocked out of it. Very nice job by Appa here, taking him down. He's going to try to go for the finish. He is crawling away at the moment. Looks like he's a little bit out of sight, but no, he does see him. There's look at those shots. Beautiful accuracy here.
Steady shot there
Appa
by
getting the finish. That was huge. Good range on that. It's a very nice kill.
You want to go in and see that, and we saw that a lot yesterday, PB. People finishing kills. They didn't even want to go ahead and bait their teammates out there, saying, you know what, if I get you knocked down, I am going to go ahead and try to finish you off as soon as I can, because we notice a lot of teams getting a lot of kills. And look at this right here. Full Send now being pretty much pushed by KWCD. Is Full Send going to be able to hold this back? There you go, ladies and gentlemen. KWCD taking out their Full Send. He's going to go ahead and try to push a little bit more. He finds somebody in the corner.
Pocket goes down.
Wow.
Nice work there from Korea Winter Chicken Dinner. Exclusive did a great effort there, getting a couple of knocks, but unfortunately it was not enough. Jude sneaks in, finishes off Ali Pocket to finish the squad there. Very nice job from them.
2 players left there from KWCD as we see the reaction there by Full Send, one of the favorite voted teams into the tournament, actually.
That's right.
But bad luck there by them, and I believe they were in 20th place. More than likely, we're going to go ahead and start seeing a lot more action there in the upcoming games from them. And GT keeping their eyesight on CPT. Are they going to go ahead and take the shots? I think they're just going to go ahead and wait patiently there. As they turn around, they see Wildcard coming up behind them.
On the ropes,
GT
gets snuck up on Outsider, pushes him, knocks out 6God. Return fire though from Ed, gets Lucifer. Akan takes out Outsider. And, oh my gosh, look at this third-party action. CPT 17 taking out one of the GT Doyu guys. So GT Doyu has a couple of players getting knocked from behind as well, helping out Wildcard here in this situation.
I believe they traded there. 2 players down from Wildcard, 2 players down from GT Doyu. GT Doyu has to worry about CPT as well.
Nice shot from Hot Jukes.
Hot Jukes being able to go ahead and finish some people off there. They also have to watch it because a lot of people were laying down. As we see Illuminate now starting to come up. This is going to be wild, ladies and gentlemen. Look at all this.
They're in trouble.
There is just 1 player left. 1 car has already exploded. We see GT Doyu
2 guys up.
just
2 guys up for
patiently.
GT Doyu. We got one that just healed up. Looks like C9 and Hero going at it as well. Kinris, Hero. Oh my goodness, Carnage is down. 3 people down, all up to Rolex here. Can he deliver?
Rolex,
Hero there.
Hero pretty much playing the Hot Jukes there. He is able to go ahead and connect some shots with Rolex.
Rolex
backs
has nowhere
up.
to go.
Is he going to go ahead and try to pick up Carnage, or is he going to go ahead and get pushed by Hero? Rolex just waiting patiently.
He's got to reload there, get that M4 back in play.
Right there.
And look at this, LH Doyu smells blood. They hear the shots incoming. We've got fire on the ground. Rolex so far untouched, but look at this, Hero getting third party here. LH Doyu not in trouble. Oh no, this is chaos. Chaos LZD.
Indeed. And Rolex is pretty much playing it patiently here as he's throwing smokes. He doesn't want to get caught with this. Hero needs to watch out. They need to be careful because LHW is up on the hill. They realize that and they're saying, you know what, we got plenty of kills right there. Let's go ahead and back up. Let's let LHW worry about C9 Rolex as he is the only one left for Cloud9.
I don't think they know he's there. Hero is going to take off, and LH Doyu has their attention completely focused right now on Hero, driving away from the scene. Rolex has smoked himself out. We'll see if he's able to use that to his advantage, but LH Doyu has come in and has said, this is our turf. You guys need to leave.
If Rolex was to push out there, he might have been able to get some kills as LH Doyu is pretty much waiting patiently. We see Rolex just waiting inside the shack.
They do not have any idea.
He is surrounded by LH Doyu players, but they have no clue that he's there. I wonder if he's going to try to go ahead and throw another smoke or
if
just
he throws
stay there.
Another smoke, they'll know he's there because right now they have no clue. Oh. Look at this. They are all over, swarming the hill. But again, Rolex has not moved.
It could be super tricky. I think he might be trying to get full health there by our birthday boy, Rolex.
Hero was met with a nice, solid they got knocked as soon as they moved there.
And I also saw their C-God go down as well. We got Trolley, big Russian bot going up against Wildcard. Wildcard gets taken out there by a big Russian bot. Torty moving up. He almost is able to go and get somebody now. Look at this, Lucifer going back and forth. Lucifer pretty much just needs to turn around, get some shots in him, and he's gonna go and try to do just that. He knocks him down.
Lucifer coming into the clutch. 2 kills there from him. Lucifer. And he's chasing him down.
No!
Oh, Gangstars with the third party from the building next door. Huge from Lucifer, gets the squad wipe, and Gangstar says, yo, what's up? We're already here. This is our territory, and they knock out Wildcard.
Some North America pretty much stabbing there as they just came up and cleaned him up. But to their advantage, Wildcard was able to go ahead and finish up those kills. So that is huge for them, even though they do finish in 15th place.
That was clutch indeed. They were able to move up in rank, and every point's going to count right now. And they did rack up some kills, so that did help them out quite a bit. But Gangstars, their fellow North American team did them no favors, and we've got LH Doyu Zen getting knocked here as well.
And LH Doyu now going up against BTR. Is he going to go ahead and try to pick up his teammate, or is he just going to go ahead and wait patiently? LH Doyu is trying to find an angle on this team, trying to figure out where everybody is coming from, as he doesn't know where they are. He might be able to see it if he goes a little bit over the edge and just sees that cloud of smoke, PB.
Wow, looking strong here, position-wise from LHW, but we also have grenades. Look at that, they have landed. Canes goes down from Bigatron here. That's Indonesia's team, and more grenades being thrown in. That's one thing that is different by far from some of the other metas that we've seen is how many frag grenades these teams have.
Indeed, as we see more players there from LHW going down, and LHWA says, you know what, stop killing my teammates, let me go ahead and get you instead. And now they're just trying to pretty much backtrack towards the safe zone. And something I want to go ahead and point out, did Rolex get taken out, or was he able to escape?
I do not know. It looks like he may have gone down here. LHW still on the side and trying to get to the zone. Unfortunately, they're going to have to leave behind some players. Zone, giving them some serious problems at this point.
As we see Illuminate getting some kills there on the Japanese team. GT getting Galaxy as well. People dying to the plays on left and right, ladies and gentlemen. Keep in mind, there is 11 teams left. RRQ getting some shots here on Illuminate. Two strong teams that we saw yesterday. And Evo's here, pretty much using that smoke to their advantage, trying to get as low as possible as a Munchkin, not getting shot. Pretty much, those bullets were passing right by their head.
That was really, really good accuracy there from G9. He was right on target with most of those, tracking those individuals in the smoke. Unfortunately, couldn't land enough to get the finish there, but Charisma now going down. G Sala going down. This is trouble.
This is RRQ against CPT. CPT hand says, you know what, let me go ahead and hop out of the car and look at those shots right there.
That.
Right through that tiny window, RRQ G9 just saying, oh, don't peek. Don't even give me a chance to shoot you because I will. And you know what, if there's a team behind me, I'm going to go ahead and turn around and start shooting you at you as well.
I love how he spreads those bullets around. He keeps multiple people pinned, hitting, oh, look at that, in the window. Zen gets popped there. He's able to kneel and heal. Get that first aid off.
Against KWC, trying to figure out where that team is at. Can he go ahead and push through the window? He's going to go ahead and do just that. He finishes one off, and that is going to be it, except June is just waiting outside by the car. He doesn't realize that they're already inside the house, and they're going to go ahead and come out from the left-hand side. He has to be careful there. He does throw that smoke, and he starts, you know what, start backing up a little bit so he can maybe find an escape route.
He's in a good position to catch somebody off guard, but only one person. As soon as he fires, they'll know he's there, and he's trying to make his way out of there, trying to preserve that 8th or better rank. It looks like he's trying to keep himself alive. It looks like Gangstars now moving out of their compound, getting ready to face Evos here.
And Evos has to watch out because Gangstars is coming in hot. They had some great last 2 games yesterday, and I'm loving this by them. They're starting to get into the cars. They take out GT Do You. Great plays there, Pyra.
UMP. Holy cow, he's been rocking that thing all day long, and it's been absolutely lethal for him. Han goes down to the grenade from GT Do You. Akon, really nice grenades from him all day long.
Gangstars waiting patiently, and he's paying off as we see somebody there behind the LHW. They have to be careful. Illuminate is gone, and RRQ might have the same fate as LHW is just waiting patiently. CPT is back down the middle of that fight as well, and look at this. LHW is using those cars to their advantage. We have seen them do a lot of this. They always have a car with them. They don't mind.
Gangstars in trouble here. We got a knock on Ever Fury by G9 from RRQ, and again, the same familiar faces here in the final circle. All 3 Chinese teams, CPT, GT Do You, LHW, all still in it. Ace goes down here for LHW, being knocked by RRQ. Athena, who is your current tournament leader, and they are vying for another chicken dinner here. This would be, I believe, their 3rd of the tournament.
Back to back to back. They want to go ahead and pull a Drake. Jeez, okay. I see you. CPT starting to push a little bit more, though, as we see Gang Angry starting to throw more smokes. He knew those were going to go ahead and fade, but he has to be careful as he does have RRQ very close to him. And look at this. They're just surrounded here. Gang Angry making sure he's able to go ahead and pick up his teammates. Sute and Ever Fury are down. Great players. If they're going to be able to pick them up, that is huge there for Gangstars.
Pyra getting knocked there by Isong. Good shots there from the M4. Gangstars in trouble. Zute also getting killed. Gangstars looks like they are going to be going out now. Ever Fury, Pyra all out at this point. Isong getting the finish. We are down to 5.
We are down to 5, and RRQ waiting patiently. They know they have LHW on their eyesight. And look at this. Now RRQ starts pushing it. Angry, go ahead and hold them back. Angry with the Angry game, spraying and praying. Luckily for RRQ, G9, he is laying down. He wasn't able to get spotted there, but Angry gets caught as he decides to go ahead and push. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen.
Down to
Gangstar
4.
is out.
Here we go, RRQ, and then I believe the 3 Chinese teams still left in it. CPT, LHW, RRQ
RRQ now getting some knocks there on LHW. They do have the numbers. LHW only has 1 player left, and CPT only has, I believe, might be 2 players or 1 player as well. Which one is the other team still alive? GT.
There it is. LHW getting shot there, and I believe they are out as well. GT Doyu still in. CPT in. The Chinese teams, again, dominant. The top 3 of 4 spots. And RRQ Athena. The standings aren't changing after this game much, ladies and gentlemen. We are seeing more of the same here in game number 1 of FPP.
Very, very strong here showing by RRQ as they currently have 16 kills. If they can go ahead and get this other 2, it is going to go ahead and be 18 kills on the first game of day number 2. And look at this. They're waiting patiently. They're going to go ahead and just lay down on that little grass and just say, you know what, you make a move first, or let's just go ahead and wait until the circle makes this move.
Trying to jockey for position here. It's a battle between CPT and GT Akon, trying to figure out who can live longer, who was going to be seen first. RRQ can definitely be a little bit more offensive here.
RRQ spot CPT.
Nice
now
shot.
It's all up to GT Akon. Can GT Akon able to clutch this as he is going up against 3 players from RRQ? And here comes the shots. GT Akon shooting. He does get spotted.
He's spotted.
RRQ too strong, ladies and gentlemen. They get back-to-back-to-back wins as they are more than likely going to go ahead and still be at the top of the leaderboard. Huge game there by them.
Not only are they going to stay on top of the leaderboard, they won that game, getting their 3rd chicken dinner in a
Get things started. Brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Let's see who's going to rack up more points.
Who is going to go ahead and be the winner of game number 2? And I want to go ahead and see RRQ Athena. Are they going to go ahead and come out hot again? Are they going to go ahead and follow that momentum? We saw them get 18 kills, ladies and gentlemen, in the last match. And before that, on day 1, on the game 3 and 4, they got 16 kills and 14 kills. That is just, PB, that is so many kills as we see the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 coming down from the airplane. And here we go. Game number 2 of day 2.
Following on LH Doyu, and again, a very friendly plane path right through the middle of the map, and it's going to end on Nova Noye. So LH Doyu, assuming they're going to go there once again, will have the least amount of time to loot up before they got to move to the zone. We've got the Galaxy folks going up to Stalber, it looks like. Interesting drop spot. Evo's going to their typical Yasnaya Poliana. We've also got Terror, again, making a play for Watertown, it looks like. And again, we've got Baraka and his crew, BRK, heading for Watertown as well. So very interesting stuff developing right now. More of the same. We seem to have found a level of comfort, and it's going to come down to the first rotations to see what people do.
But check this out. Arab Madness is going to go ahead and try to challenge their BRK on
No,
Venice.
they're peeling off. Did you see that? Arab Madness saw BRK landing there as if it were some sort of surprise at this point, and they peeled off. And they're going to go elsewhere, it looks like.
I'm starting to see a lot of teams being more aggressive here. As we saw some teams not even having a vehicle and just running around as Fyra is trying to pick up Everett Fury. And they got to watch out because they got Hot Jukes in the wildcard team coming very close by. They know they pretty much like going to where Hospital
look at this
is.
developing.
We
got Terror coming in right behind right now. I don't know how this is going to work out for them. They're slow to rotate. They've got 2 squads ahead of them already doing their thing.
This is definitely going to be interesting here by Terror. Something that we pointed out yesterday is that they don't like being so aggressive. Even though when they are aggressive, it works out for them. I wonder if they're going to go ahead and change that a little bit. Just in the previous match, as we were mentioning, they got just caught by looking at an airdrop for a little bit too long. Something that I know everybody at home watching this, you probably experienced that, PB, where you see that airdrop, you're like, oh yes, I'm going to go ahead and get it. And then it ends up on top of the building.
It's one thing in a public match to look at it for that long. It's another thing in competitive tournament play. Looks like Terry is going to go to the west side of Northern Georgia Pole, and they're going to split through a squad that is already looting up and crash their car.
Terry being aggressive. Being aggressive, trying to challenge GTW. Interesting place here by him. I'm actually very interested to see how this plans out. This is something I wanted to see out of this.
Look at the map, and you can see there from the overview, you've got GTW, 4 players split all over Northern Georgia right now. So you've got Gangstars looting up the east of Northern Georgia. You've got GT Doyu all over the place in Northern Georgia. You've got Terror Squad right in the middle of them. Terror Squad has an opportunity right now to really start picking apart GT Doyu one at a time. However, GT appears to know that they are there, and they are starting to kind of shade towards one side to potentially squat up for a fight.
And the interesting thing here about GT Doyu is they have a lot of angles. They pretty much have them surrounded in Terror Squad from India. India are just going to be in the middle. How are they going to get out of this? Are they going to go ahead and try to engage or loot up and get out because they are 1,800 meters away from the zone? The zone is very east right now. So something to go ahead and keep an eye on. At least Terror is able to go ahead and pick up some guns and is going to be able to defend themselves if they do engage with GTW.
It's going to come down to shots over there. We've got over here, it looks like, what is this, Milta Power. KWCD looting up. They're being cautious. They seem to be aware of someone's presence inside the compound. Waiting to see who that is. It looks like Illuminate looting up the main power building, the control room. And
trying to be a little bit more cautious here. Not
JCC is in a bit of a predicament right now.
He
doesn't even know it.
He's got to watch out because, well, at least he does have a DP-28. So if he needs extra ammo, he definitely has that to his advantage. And look at this, KWCD. They're working together. If they wanted to, they could take out this player. And keep in mind, it is going to go ahead and be FPP here, ladies and gentlemen. And now, look at this, the AKM. The AKM is a powerful gun up close and personal. So it could be to his advantage there, PB.
It's looking interesting right now for JCC. He has called out that there are people there. He's heard the footsteps, backed off a little bit, and it looks like just now they're going to announce their presence just as lobbing grenades into the warehouse. And Illuminate right now caught with one player out. But he has grabbed a Jeep and he has headed off back to safety of his squad who's got a smoke waiting for him.
He grabbed that UAC and got out of there as soon as possible. My goodness, that was actually super smart plays there by Illuminate's player. And look at this, they are on top of this building. If anything, they do have the height advantage, and they're also still looting up that Mini 14. As we've seen it, a great gun. We saw a lot of it actually on the NA finals by Beowulf currently not being here, but other players as well like Hot Jukes and Sam from Cloud9.
You can see the GT squad here again grouping up. They've got three split one way, one the other, and this is pretty typical of what we've seen from the Asian squad so far. Six God has been spotted.
There you go, the terrorist
and he gets knocked. That's a
down.
huge kill from Anand right there. Can he take advantage? That guy is separated from his squad, so there is an opportunity here for them to go get an early finish on one of the GT Doyu
squads. If
he
decides to, this is what we're talking about. They're being too timid. At this point, he is by himself. He needs to go ahead and try to push the action. This is huge for them. I want to go ahead and see if he's able to, but look at this. They give him enough time, and now GT Doyu is starting to flank around. It looks like the terror squad, they're being a little bit too timid still. I wonder if he's going to be able to notice here this player passing by.
Man, a little bit of an unfortunate break. Anand getting the great kill, and it's at this point, we've had quite a delay. They've rotated all the way from the other side of the city, and well, we'll have to wait and see what's going on. He's looking both ways before he crosses the street. It appears to be clear, heading across now at this point. Akon and Ed from the side just runs right through him. So again, just being outclassed right now by the Chinese squad. GT Doyu just showing their superiority here.
And definitely outclassed, right? You want to be aggressive, but you also don't want to run out in the open like that. If you can, maybe throw a smoke or try to find a different angle, try to find some cover. If you would have maybe rushed a little bit sooner, he might have been able to go ahead and get that finish because GT Ed was not ready for that engagement.
Those players were not there.
He wasn't on top of that building. He wasn't going to get a shot
by the car, and the car went over with one player, Shushi, and picked him up. I mean, really solid tactical play from GT Doyu and another missed opportunity for the Terror Squad.
Just very timid there from the Terror Squad, not living up to their name indeed. And look at this circle right here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, something to point out is that GT Doyu is going to have to worry about game starts when they come out. And look at this. GT God taking people down left and right with that UMP. That man has a 4 times on it, and we saw it early, and boy, is this gun accurate.
That's really impressive stuff here. Sixth God getting avenged from his own knock here. He is not really going to want to put up with it. And look at it. This is the aggressive play we're talking about.
This is what we want to
have a knock, and you see immediately the squad snaps to it. They know they've got him on the ropes. Grenades come in. The vehicle rolls in. Their squad mates come in. You see him enter the house. Sixth God going into frag. And as you can see, he's cleared the first floor. He peeks the second floor. Nobody there.
GT Doyu knows they have him hurt, and they're going to go ahead and try to push the action. They're just going to keep on moving. They have pretty much 2 players down. They need to go ahead and get one more. And look at this. Great play by the terror squad as he gets in the car and gets out of there. That is maybe one of the best plays that I have seen by the team from India.
It's gonna keep him alive for a little bit longer as a squad, but unfortunately his teammates are left hung out to dry. Amit decides to take things into his own hands. Torpedo gets finished, and unfortunately for the Terror Squad, they are left with one member left.
And as we see that beautiful replay there, brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9, just destroying people with that UMP in the 4-time. One of the guns that I'm starting to see a lot here on this competitive games. And talking about competitive guns, we got the Mini 14, which I believe was a 6-time. I wasn't able there to double check, but Illuminate, they know they got KWCD there by Milta Power. Are they gonna go ahead and wait it out? They are in the zone, so they don't have to worry about moving.
I love how they park their cars just with that little berm in play where they have them protected. The tires aren't going to get shot out. Nobody's really going to take, bullets at the top of the cars from range, wasting that ammo. You can see Gangstars here from the top of the ridge, hanging out just outside the zone, trying to zoom around and get in.
And as we see Sute there on the kill feed, being able to go ahead and take down one of the Arab Madness players, and Rolex goes down to Evil's Bull Shark to a grenade, and oh my god,
the car kill! Oh my goodness, Ever Fury, he is not having any of it, and he decides to go run him over. You gotta love it.
The disrespect there by GameStars. They say, you know what, we're just not even gonna go ahead and jump out. I don't want your loot. I'm just gonna go ahead and run you over and just go with it.
You know Northern George provides a lot of loot when you're not even bothering to stop and pick up that extra ammo and extra weapons, man. He just ran him over, a little kaboom, kaboom, and he is off into the distance.
Loving those sound effects. Definitely loving them. And look at this. Galaxy just pretty much waiting patiently, looting up. We have seen them in interesting spots. We saw them very northeast earlier, and it seems like they're still there. And look at this fight right here. Cloud9 going up against Evos. Cloud9 already has lost one of their teammates as Rolex did get naded and got destroyed there by Evos early in the game. Is Evos going to go ahead and try to push this? We know that the Asian teams are very aggressive. Can they go ahead and push this? Because they do have the numbers, but they have to be careful because BTR is very close by.
This is an interesting position that they find themselves in. They're not in Yasnaya this time, but again, Evos and Cloud9 finding a way to connect early, and they do exchange a few bullets, and Evo's coming out on the better end of it.
And Carnage here with the M4, he seems like he's switching it up. He does have a 4-time on it, but as we mentioned, BTR is close by.
Cloud9 sandwich. Sam taking some shots here from BTR out the backside here, and it looks like Kodo has been made aware of it. He's going to roll over. Sam with the 6-times here. Watch Sam spray if he does find somebody to connect with.
And if you can, we know that man's got some accuracy, but he has to be careful as BTR might be aware now that they're in there, so they might go ahead and be worried that they're going to go ahead and push. Now, interesting place here by Cloud9. They do have the cars inside. That's definitely going to go ahead and work to their advantage, right? And look at this, GameStars. We actually seen them there before. We've seen that play from them. They like to go ahead and go into that little dip.
Yeah, they like that berm, but they are in range right now of one of the compounds nearby, so they're going to be well hidden, so they're going to be able to peek it here. But this could be a difficult position for them rotating out. We'll see what develops as the circle closes.
They can definitely peek it, but they also have to be careful if they get pushed by teams. They do have Evos there on the other compound, pretty much just northwest, it appears. Actually, Evo's Bull Shark starts noticing those cars, and he's going to go ahead and start backing them up a little bit. He doesn't want them to get a little bit too comfortable on that area. Evo's Bull Shark just being precise there with that single fire on the M16, and he's able to get him that accuracy, ladies and gentlemen.
Not used to that kind of accuracy from range.
This play here by Evos, they're going to go ahead and push it. They know they got a player down, ladies and gentlemen. Evos knows they have GameStars hurting, and look at this push here by Evos.
Look at the split. This is brilliant. Evos on the offensive here. Look at the angle.
The angles in the GameStars starting to realize that they're starting to get flanked. They're going to go ahead and jump on the cars. Is Sute going to be able to go ahead and get out of there as the Evil's Bull Shark is getting shot by other GameStars teammates. Interesting plays here as Evos with that beautiful flank, but luckily there for GameStars, they realize that they're in a bad spot and they push out.
Very well played by both squads there. Evo's really at another level as far as their accuracy is concerned. GameStars not used to that type of opposition. When they take that spot in North America, that's something that they're able to hold. They're able to knock people down. Evo's able to easily pick up the knock immediately. What you saw, which we haven't seen from a lot of the teams in this tournament, is immediate aggression. As soon as they picked up the knock, they went for it. They pushed GameStars out of the spot. GameStars realizing they were in trouble, immediately hopped in the vehicles and see you later.
Evos just being so aggressive. We have never seen that before. And look at this.
They lost their compound.
Now gonna go up against CPT.
Look at this.
CPT controlling that building. Can they go ahead and just win this before CPT hand jumps in. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. CPT going inside the building. We got Evo's outside. Evo's JC gets knocked down by CPT. He's gonna go to get finished, but CPT gets knocked down from behind. Bull Shark with those accurate shots. He gets knocked down from behind as well as CPT hand.
What a play from Han. On the flank, Han takes down X as well. Evos is on the rope. Ernie is down to him. And Ernie goes down. This is brilliant play from CPT. They stole the compound. Extreme awareness. Seeing the Evos had left it to go take on the Gangstars. And that aggressive move cost him. Check this out. C9 comes into the scene as well, trying to take advantage of a weakened CPT team.
And this is the perfect time right here. They need to go ahead and push. They had 2 players down. They only have 1 player down right now. You see Coda starting to get some shots. That man's got the AKM. Sam being able to go ahead and take another player down there from CPT. Great, wonderful plays here by Cloud9 as he knocks another player down. Cloud9 trying to take control of this compound. Kodo, actually, I believe
Carnage goes down and
strike it down. Ladies and gentlemen, can he clutch this kill?
Cloud9 takes out CPT. Takes the compound. They said no way. CPT takes the compound from Evos. Cloud9 takes it from CPT. Who's next? Who's going to come flying into the next car? Is it Illuminate? We'll have to wait and see.
If you are not standing out of your seat right now at home or celebrating, my gosh, that is some of the most intense action back and forth I have seen ever.
And here it is. Still under fire. Illuminate indeed does show up, and C9 in trouble. Their tires being flattened right now. They have nowhere to go. They are stuck at this point. And remember, they are a man down as they lost Rolex a little bit earlier to the grenade.
They are, and I believe they're actually 2 men down now with Kodo being up, and I believe it might have been Carnage as well. So
Carnage
actually Kodo is the only one left from C9 there. Huge hit by C9 as they were able to actually go ahead and secure 3 kills, but you gotta go ahead and kind of think about it, right?
You know what's crazy?
Wasn't worth it.
What's crazy about this game is we've seen so much action, we've seen so many great plays, but look at how many teams are still alive.
18.
This is a huge thing. If C9 goes out now, they're going to be 18th place.
It is.
It seems like they've done a great job, right? But we're still at 18th place. So many teams left on the board.
Once we zoom out and look at the map there, brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9, you're going to realize that that was just a tiny little area in the map. There's still a lot more teams getting readied up and trying to figure out. LHW is starting to get some shots in there and starting to let them know, hey, we are here.
Really good stuff at that compound. LHW up on the cliffside now, taking a look at Big Russian Bot. Really nice stuff from him. We've got LHW Zen looking with a Car 98 down at the compound, and he is very feared with that gun.
He is.
Prefers the DMR, but he's rocking the bolt action for right now.
He's going to be able to get some shots there. We saw him being able to get some knocks earlier, and one of the LHW players is currently a little bit hurt, so we definitely saw some engagement there early by them. And I believe they were able to go ahead and knock down somebody, but they weren't able to get the finish that we're used to seeing them get.
That's absolutely right. Taking a look inside the LHW, or this is GT Doyu's camp here. Fixing headphones and taking it easy.
Waiting patiently. He doesn't have a helmet though. One shot and that helmet is pretty much gone. Big Russian Bot, Torty here with his squad, waiting patiently. He has to watch out though. LHW knows that Torty and Big Russian Bot is there. So they definitely have to be careful about that.
Still looking through the windows. He definitely knows he's there.
Now, one thing you gotta keep an eye out on. They are currently on they got the height advantage, ladies and gentlemen. So it is something good to see, right? You want to go and see them have the height advantage, and we know that LHW definitely has the accuracy as well. And not only that, they have the scopes, because at this range, if you don't have any scopes, you might as well not want to go ahead and engage. You're not gonna be able to get anything, PB.
Better to stay hidden and not show yourself than peek with a red dot or a holographic sight. These guys are all rocking 4 times and 6 times scopes from range.
As we see,
check it out.
Team Terror from India here, Amit, the one that was able to get away earlier. He's still alive. And GT, though, you has been following him all along. They're saying, we want to go ahead and make sure we finish off that team. We were able to get 3 of you. Let's see if we can maybe get the 4th one. And they're looking for him, too. They're trying to figure out where he's at. They're not going inside that complex yet. Amit does have the AKM, so he is ready to rumble. Is he going to go ahead and be able to steal the car again and get away with it?
At this point, point in time, I wish Amit would just look out the window and just blow up their car. That would be the funniest thing in the world.
Imagine if he was actually able to go ahead and do that. Just destroy the GT squad by himself. That would just be priceless.
He got a close call there. He's able to live to fight another day, or at least live to hide another day.
And as we see Wildcard passing by RRQ here.
RRQ up on Potato Hill.
They definitely got to watch out here. RRQ being hot right now. They have the momentum. They have everything going on for them at the moment. You got to be careful with this team. I don't think at this point, PB, would you try to engage them or would you just go ahead and let them be?
I would definitely try to engage them before they get that position in the final circle. I would be trying to knock them out early because in addition to you having to perform well, you need to knock them down a peg, man. You got to have some of the other teams finish above them in order for you to gain ground.
Definitely, if you are able to knock them right now, they will pretty much finish Team 18, which will be huge for them. You're going to pretty much stop them from getting more points. You're going to stop them from getting kills there towards the end, and it will just be a huge... oh my goodness, LHW there with the car. Okay, I haven't seen that before. Actually, I have seen it, but it was by mistake.
They're packing those cars into the shelter right now, keeping them hidden.
And Illuminate now coming in. They saw a lot of gunfights here early, and they're saying, you know what, let's go ahead and go down there real quick. Although they don't seem to remember that they did blow out some of the tires of those cars. And as we see, Cloud9, the only player left from Cloud9 is gonna look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We got Full Sin, we got Hero, we got LHW nearby. Who's gonna go ahead and be the first one as we see Gainstar start to shoot some people from BRK and LHW? We see them consistent. We see them knock people outside cars. Can they go ahead and do that here as Hero is trying to run away?
And look at that, Gangstars has knocked out and finished Team BRK with another subpar performance in Game 2 today. And they were definitely looking to do a little bit better.
And Kodo actually being able to go ahead and knock somebody down there. He wasn't able to get the kill, I don't believe. LHW getting some huge knocks. Actually not able to get the kills though. They're starting to get the knocks, but they're not able to finish them, which means they're not able to get points. And barely misses that shot. He goes for it again.
That was millimeters away from a headshot there. Very good try from Ace.
If he would have been able to get that, it would have been insane. Look at this. Headshots, Kodo, 1 kill. All right. And something I've been noticing too, it appears that LHW is always carrying one of those bulletproof UAC. I'm pretty sure they might be getting that flare gun that is so famous in PUBG Mobile from Novo, calling it in. And that's actually a card that you want to go ahead and have, but you got to be careful because you can't shoot out of those cars.
No, you can't. They're very difficult to shoot out of because you can't. And they're actually not super bulletproof. So you can still shoot bullets into there and do damage. It's kind of a death trap. So I'm surprised to see that thing driving around.
I wonder if they're just mostly using it as cover. We've seen them pretty much drive around with four cars each. Each player just having a single car to themselves. They don't mind if they get blown up as long as they can use it for cover. And look at this circle right here. Not a hard shift whatsoever as all the teams, pretty much all the teams are currently inside in the Divine Mansion. Galaxy being here, trying to take control of Mansion, but they gotta watch out because they do have Torty nearby.
Torty outside the compound here, looting up a house, getting position. Just taking a peek at Galaxy, who's got Dudu looking out the window, Kong hanging out in the background here.
Luckily for him, he does have the tree nearby, so nobody's going to go ahead and spot him. But Torty does have that gun ready. He has the M4, and he also has a level 3 helmet. So if anything, he is going to go ahead and be able to take some shots, but they have to watch out because the Japanese team is going to come up from behind, and they could actually go ahead and get him. Now, keep in mind, the zone is going to go ahead and move here shortly, ladies and gentlemen, and it looks like it's going to go ahead and be going to Yasnaya. The zone is going to Yasnaya, which means a lot of teams are currently outside the zone, PB.
Looking strong here from LH. They've got the cars down in the tunnels, and they're going to be bringing them out. Korea Winter Chicken Dinner lurking close by here. They're going to happen to see them. Yeah, they know they're there. June's got that UMP scoped in from a distance. That's one of them, the shining weapons today. Pyra's been rocking it. June's been rocking it. We've seen some really solid UMP play from all players today.
And that's something I love seeing about LHW. They pretty much, as soon as the zone moves, they say, all right, everybody, roll up. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. We do not want to stay here whatsoever. Let's start getting our positioning in. Let's start making sure we take over as certain compound. That way we don't have to worry about moving in late once the circle starts pushing.
I just see Kato out in the middle of nowhere, just chilling, hanging out. He buying some time. He's trying to finish higher than 18. He made his way to 17 at this point.
Not only him, but also Amit. Yeah. Amit, one of the players that we saw earlier. Oh, LHW, LCD, the disrespect once again. Go hits and runs over somebody. He's not even going to try to finish him up. He's just letting him know, watch out. Don't stay out for too long.
That's right. LHW prioritizing position over fragging at this point, given their position in the tournament. But oh my goodness, we got some return fire coming. Nanitu finishing off somebody with the M16 after a nice little snipe.
And if anything, that would be the best time to go ahead and push the Japanese team as they were currently outnumbered and full send exclusive, just pretty much ramming the car into the wall and getting herself inside the safe zone. And look at this. Katarina gonna go ahead and more than likely do the same thing. And LHW starting to take over this little building right here. He notices the car. He knows what's happening here. I wonder if he's gonna go ahead and try to blow out those tires so they don't get away, or just wait patiently so that he doesn't give out his position.
You know, that's one thing I figured out about the use for that armored UAZ. It's a little bit heavier. So when you run over people out in the open field, it hurts more. That's what I think the use is.
It definitely does. As Amit is currently getting shot right here. Amit doesn't have any players left. So if he gets knocked, that is going to go ahead and be it for him. He's able to go ahead and sneak up a little bit. He is currently being a snake. But ladies and gentlemen, once you're by yourself and going up against all these teams, it might be the only hope.
Galaxy coming in from Korea, being shot at by their Japanese counterparts, Solchia. Oh, can they get out of dodge? Let's see. They're going to be going right to Yasnaya, where guess who is waiting for them?
LHW, Hero, everybody, Hero. I'm pretty sure they want to go and get some kills as he is able to go in and take out Galaxy. Look at him go. He knows that there's more coming. He wants to go ahead and get that finish. Here comes the smokes from the Galaxy team. I wonder if they're going to go ahead and try to push that, or if he's going to go ahead and throw that grenade, which he throws the grenade, but he throws it inside.
Wow, that was awfully close. He blew a huge chance there, but he's able to get the finish after all. Holy cow, he almost blew himself up. That was not the intention. Man, he made that a little bit more difficult than it needed to be.
It did, but in a way, it kind of turned out working for him as he was able to go ahead and rotate to a different window and get the kill that he solely needed, as Hero currently has 2 players left. And look at this, the Japanese team. I want to go ahead and see what they can do. They didn't have such a great showing on day number 1. Can they go ahead and come out and just get some more kills and get even a better placing?
RRQ just knocked Hot Jukes from Wildcard, so they're engaged somewhere. Majed just went down to the play zone, it looks like. Ooh, RRQ getting knocked. Wildcard firing back. Seagut getting the knock there.
Seagut, we know he's a good player. We know that what he can do up close and personal. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the circle has moved. LHW is going to have to move. Hero's going to have to move. Galaxy is going to have to move. All these teams that we're currently seeing on your screen are going to have to move. And they need to go ahead and do it as soon as possible, because they got 1 minute left before the circle starts moving in. And look at this. LHW is starting to take out people there. Did I see somebody from Full Sand being able to go ahead and take down somebody from LHW? LHW clears out Full Sand. Lucifer being able to get some kills as well. Siga gets taken down by Illuminate. And look at this angle that RRQ is trying to get here on Gangstars, as Gangstars is taking over that little sniper tower.
Trying to keep track of what's happening in the kill feed. It's really, really difficult, because you'll see 2 squads fighting each other, and then all of a sudden a 3rd squad knocking somebody, the same one, and then a 4th squad. Everybody seems to be fighting everybody here on rotation.
So much action. And
Illuminate chasing RRQ right now after taking out Wildcard.
Wildcard just currently in a bad position here, as they are going to go ahead and start being surrounded, and they're not going to be able to get that much cover. But RRQ does notice a player laying down. He takes those shots there, and he's going to go ahead and make sure he finishes them with that mini 14 and that 6 stab that we so much love. He backs. He says, "You know what? Let me go. I'm not going to go ahead and finish you off yet." He's not standing up. He's just staying there. He's able to finish
just got a kill as well, taking out Nanitu from Japan.
Amit definitely putting up the firepower there for the terrorist squad, as Outsider's getting caught out once again. He is known to overextend a little bit. Outsider needs to back up a little bit more, because if not, he's going to go ahead and get picked apart here, as RRQ has his eyesight straight on him. And ladies and gentlemen, he wasn't able to find any cover, as we're seeing LHW take out somebody from Gangstars as well.
RRQ really, really impressive there with that mini 14. G9 just not missing very many shots at all. Knocking 3 different teams there. That was really, really impressive.
And interesting stuff by Amit. Amit is now starting to push towards the zone, and RRQ Senior with the clutch that we saw from yesterday.
Another kill from RRQ G9. Great work with that mini.
Sitting at 8 kills, PB, and there's still 24 people left, ladies and gentlemen. So they can definitely go ahead and start racking up the kills here, something that they are known for. And look at this, Gangstars.
Look at the position of Gangstars.
Looking interesting here.
They are in the middle of this zone for now, but we do have a new zone developing, and nothing is currently inside of it. Kind of interesting.
The longest kill distance here is by RRQG9 with 267 meters. Is he going to be able to go ahead and continue that trend, though? Because now GTW has spotted them, and GTW needs to go ahead and get this finished if they want to go ahead and move up on the leaderboard. They want to go ahead and just clear out RRQ. This is what they want, and they do just that. They do just that with the M4.
They've got a little bit of time, though, before the zone does collapse, but they're in a problematic spot right now. Gangstars trying to move their way in, using their smokes to their advantage. Ever Fury's going to get knocked here. Ever Fury goes down to 6 God. Smoke just a little bit late. He's able to get popped there. Trying to grab some cover. He's found him. Can he connect for the win?
He's still shooting him even though he's through his smoke. You gotta go ahead and move around. LHW currently trying to control this compound as GTW is pretty much fighting off Gangstars and also RRQ.
Look at this. Arab Madness making an appearance here in the top 7. King is still alive, as well as the rest of his squad over to the side here.
Ooh, Arab Madness gets taken down there by LHW, and more than likely he's not going to be able to get picked up because the zone is now starting to move up. Arab Madness King with the DP28 starting to push up as well. LHW is going to go ahead and have to sacrifice some players here as this zone is coming in. GTW is going to go ahead and come up as